hours away from puck drop.
Wow.
And you want to start with what do we expect here with such a short turnaround, especially for the Florida Panthers? JB, you go first.
All right, this is good. I think this is a good place to start. No clips, just get our take on expectations. Florida Panthers, really hot the last half of the year. Last 25 games, they were one of the best teams in the NHL. If you like fancy stats, they were third in expected goals for in the NHL and fifth in the Corsi stats, which is better than the Leafs in both categories. They forecheck, great top line. This is a good hockey team. There are a lot of places, though, where the Leafs can expose them. I feel like they don't have the depth. They don't have the same fourth line. They don't have the same third pair that can hang with the Leafs. They're goaltending a complete wild card. They can't kill penalties. They take a ton of penalties. Like, there are places for the Leafs to exploit them. I expect some of that stuff to play in their favor, but not overlooking what is a very talented Florida Panthers team.
It's nice to watch a playoff hockey game without the dread of losing in the first round again. Like, it really just feels better.
Okay, let it go, Sammy.
No.
We did that all day yesterday.
Still,
move ahead now.
That's what I woke up feeling like today, that I was just excited for this hockey game. I have no idea what to expect, and I'm not going into it being like, oh, my God, if they lose game one, it's like, oh, what a panic mode and being afraid.
Talk hockey now.
Like, I'm just looking.
I call BS on all of that. They can go down 2-0. You're going to be as pissed as ever.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't think they're going to.
Maybe. I know.
There's a line where
I've seen you now for almost 2 years.
It's a different feel, and it's a great feeling. I'm just really looking forward to hockey.
Yes, until those first 5 minutes.
Instead of talking about ghosts and voodoo and bull crap like
Sammy,
that, I'm looking forward to
hockey.
hockey.
What do you expect tonight?
I expect the Florida Panthers to beat the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Whoa!
Yeah, Keith talks about it in one of his clips.
I am completely opposite. I expect the Leafs to kick their ass tonight.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
we do not agree.
Okay, you explain.
You go first.
Okay, I just think that a team coming in hot off of what happened in that series, they've played more recently. I don't think down the road of this series it's going to play in their favor, but I do think them coming in hot after that win, and they're going to be able to ride that momentum. They're feeling good about themselves. They're calling themselves underdogs. I feel like tonight could be the one where they catch them early and they lose game one, the Leafs.
Undercats?
Undercats, yeah.
I just think that there's going to be a natural letdown coming off such an emotional win. For them to carry it through to tonight, to the start, will be a very difficult thing. I'm not saying it's impossible, and I'm not saying that it won't happen, but I don't like the odds. And if the Leafs allow that, I think it's a huge mistake on their part. I see this more of the Leafs allowing that than Florida naturally following through that game 7.
Do you give any credence to the, when they say teams that aren't in playoffs leading up to playoffs and they play those competitive games down the stretch, and it's like, it's been playoffs for them for X amount of times. They just have that, like, they know the compete level they need every night. Because there is, in recent history, teams that have played 7 games that go on to play a team that has been swept. The 7-game team has won like 5 of the last 6 of those series.
Yeah.
So do you think there's anything to that, though? Well, that's sort of like competitive.
I think Florida kind of proved that a little bit, didn't they?
Boston, maybe,
I just didn't see the emotional levels that Florida was able to hit.
Yeah.
And they could not rise. And maybe it was because of the ample success of the regular season. Maybe it was because they didn't have adversity anywhere near what the Florida Panthers did.
Yeah.
And if we go back to that now infamous moment for Paul Maurice and the Florida Panthers here, their last visit, that meltdown that was heard across the hockey world.
The Keith Tkachuk inspired meltdown.
There was a couple.
Yeah.
Right? And emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, Boston never hit any of those notes like Florida Panthers. Now, for them to pick it up where they left it off tonight.
Hard to maintain.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I think the Leafs should just jump all over them tonight.
Yeah. The one thing that I thought, I tweeted a little bit about this today. The one thing that Tampa really did is like back off, and they made Toronto go through traffic, and it was a slog and whatever. Like Florida comes at you. And I don't know if you think that's an advantage for the Leafs or not. I think it's going to result in more offensive chances, but also more the other way. Like Samsonov to me is crucial in this series because, as I mentioned, this Florida team creates a ton of shots and a lot of opportunity, but at the same time, they give up a bunch the other way. So Leafs got to score, and I don't like Florida's goaltending, but if Samsonov isn't good, he's going to face 35, 40 shots a night in this series if I were a betting man, and I am.